now, and we are working our way through a dwarven stronghold that was overrun by orcs, troglodytes, drugar, and other such nastiness. The party has successfully taken care of the orcs, taken care of the troglodytes, learned how to deal with the shambling mound that is wandering around, and has had free run of the upper level, where the orcs were established, and now the mid-level, where the troglodytes had set up their home. Currently, the party is standing in the burial chamber of the dwarves that once defended this area. Surrounding them, a number of sarcophagi. They have been checked. 3 contained the old bodies of dwarves and some small treasures, a ring, and such things to be found amongst them. Other important areas, up around here, they discovered some poisonous mushrooms. Attempts to harvest those did not go particularly well, and the entire party was poisoned. So, maybe don't want to do that again. Plus, they gotta let them grow back. This large area, however, a main hall, is full of larger mushrooms, many of which are edible, but not very tasty. A stream runs through the entire area, moving primarily from north to south, and down through a tunnel where it cascades into a waterfall at the southern edge. Stairs lead down, as does the chasm into which the waterfall descends. The area is quite slippery, so you do need to have some care. The party has investigated the troglodyte area and found a number of nests, as well as the place where the large lizard was being kept and somewhat trained.
Quick point.
Yep.
We have not actually traveled up in that area yet.
We're going to hand wave that and just kind of give you guys the overview. It's basically full of troglodyte junk, nets, things of that nature, the nests themselves, and the feeding area. And you guys see my mouse arrow? Because I can
see your arrow, yes.
Yeah, I can see it.
Weird. It's not showing up on the stream for some reason. So for whatever reason that is, I'll find out later. But so that is the troglodyte area, and you can move through there if you wish. You do have to do a little splashing through the river to the north, where it passes through a long, low tunnel. Or you can splash up the river from the south, though that is a little bit tricky. Nothing you can't handle with some care. But if you wanted to, you could slip and slide your way straight down and fall down a very big tunnel into the unknown. Other exits that you have not yet explored: off to the east, a doorway. A quick peek behind reveals a stairway leading upwards, and the sound of hammers and forge tinging in the distance and roaring with fire.
Gotcha. Anything of interest in the troglodyte area?
Anything of interest in the troglodyte area?
Like loot-wise.
Loot-wise, there is a little bit.
Looks like there's a couple of chests right there.
There are a couple of chests right there. However, those aren't particularly interesting chests. They contained things. A great deal of silver meant to placate the giant subterranean lizard as if it were a dragon, even though it is not. As well as 2 potions, one of climbing, the other of water breathing.
Okay, give me one moment.
Sure.
That is 2,200, so that's 2. That is our second potion of climbing. And a potion of water.
You also discover, in what you suspect to have been Kargaz, the chieftain's area, up to the north and west, a wooden chest holding another 1,500 silver pieces, and a ruby. The ruby itself worth almost 300 gold.
Wait, so we leveled, but we didn't rest. Is that correct?
You have
No, we did.
You have leveled and rest. You should be at full strength. And a portent.
Some decent ones.
Nice to have.
Any chance that there might be like a backpack or a rucksack or anything?
There's
stuff.
certainly sacks and chests and things of that nature. If not, you can just take the top off a troglodyte and stuff it inside.
Are there any shields or anything like that?
They did not seem to be fond of equipment. Claw, bite, no armor, and the nets are basically all they used.
Didn't some of them have javelins as well?
We did pick up javelins.
There were tons and tons of javelins up from the orcs upstairs, and there was some armor and arms left over upstairs if needed. Okay. What are we looking for? Just a way to transport stuff?
I specifically just want to be able to say that I have a backpack on my character. It's one of those things that I meant to pick up whenever we were coming down here, along with things like an herbalism kit and a set of thieves' tools.
Fair enough. The thing on your back right now is not what you would consider a backpack, but it is acting as one.
Good enough.
The troglodytes are not high fashion people.
Would you like mine? I don't fancy me using much of it.
I think I am okay.
This mess kit and tinder boxes and torches go to waste with me. I don't know why I keep this thing.
You've just seen that I've had all of my stuff like just strapped onto me. So there's a shit ton of oil flasks, a tinder box.
Sure. Here, do you want a backpack? I could actually give you mine.
No, you keep yours. I like this one better.
Pristine shape. It's a sport from Jan.
And I'm going to go back over to one of those giant mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take another mushroom ball and basically cut it up to where it'll fit in the backpack.
Sure. You store yourself some not very delicious but filling mushroom pom-pom.
How many days would you say that would last?
I mean, it will last up until it goes bad. So I would say you've probably got 3 days worth of lifespan on that. Okay. But I mean, you could eat for 2 weeks if it didn't turn into horrible mess.
Okay. As an aside, I am going to cast Goodberry.
Sure.
And just have those sitting in a pocket ready to be used needed.
You got it.
Sorry guys, I just received a call from work. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay.
No problem, David. All right. So.
I think that is all I am concerned about from this area.
Sounds good.
So, and the passageway to the south here, that's another staircase down?
That is a spiral staircase leading downward. You don't hear much of anything from that direction. Rushing water. You hear, a constant white noise of rushing water, but you can't hear beyond it.
Okay.
Whoop. Excuse me.
I would like to peek down the stairs real quick.
It's going to be more of a descend than a peak. It's a long, winding staircase going down at least 100 feet.
Before it opens up into another chamber?
Yes.
Okay, then screw that. We can check it whenever we come back. Unless if The rest of the party is curious about what is down there.
I mean, we should have to clear it out, I imagine.
But it sounds like the dwarves
Best be thorough with this
Druid
activity.
are upstairs.
I say we go down. Why not? Could be cool stuff down there.
Very well. Then I think that we shall have a null takes their point.
Oh,
It's the
which
event.
one? I've been experimenting with names.
Whichever
Jethro
one, it
Null?
does not matter to me.
Mr. Nose? And I still haven't figured out a third
This does not matter. There's just
one. Okay.
Beyonce?
one. Have them be
Oh,
in front, trigger any traps.
what an interesting name.
So
Sure.
we're gonna jump maps for a moment as we find out what the names of our gnolls might be. It's gonna go all black,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna start.
Truly, no
thing.
thing else matters.
Ooh. Wow.
And I should pull up this stream.
Frantically clicking. Alright, you should see a staircase appear right about. That didn't work. Didn't work either. There.
There?
Right about there.
Okay.
And then you should all appear. Book. Whoa, scattered all over the place. Not a good paste.
I do not see any light.
Getting there, getting there, getting there. Why did we not get a reveal?
And of course for our non-dark vision friends, produce flame in my hand.
Seems like a nice thing to do. Fog of War is enabled. Advanced Fog of War is disabled. I am on the page. I am revealing. Come on, roll 20. Don't do this to me, buddy. We're friends. Alright, we're going to take you off the page and back onto the page for a second. There we go.
Hey!
Hey! Alright.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And I've lost a few characters and I've thrown some nulls around.
This is okay.
Alright, so let's do this again here. Come on down.
Here I am.
There you are. Just had to find you. Alright. And at the moment, our new drow friend is protecting the rear, keeping an eye on that shambling mound, making sure that your path of escape is not cut off. His Highness is at the top of the stairs, shouting feedback down until he is ready. And you all, however, continue descending a long staircase. Eventually, it opens a passage to the south. That passage continues on a short way before opening up into a rather large room. The Null is not at all good at communicating what's going on. However,
It's okay.
it does not explode into a big bloody mess, so you assume it's probably okay to move forward.
And let's have sight. There we
And
go.
there we go. So, Mr. Null makes his way over to a wall with several doors, but let's find out what all you see here.
I'm going to go ahead and move out.
A loud waterfall spills down the northwest wall of this cavern into a deep pool. The rocky walls glisten with spray, and a weird array of colorful minerals and strange lichens lend an unearthly beauty to this spot. A fast-moving stream runs south from the pool at the base of the falls, and a nearby natural passage heads in the same direction. A set of narrow stairs cut into the rock wind up to the north. You just descended those. And 2 old wooden doors stand in a wall of dressed stone to the east. The knolls spread out so far, you do not seem to have caught the attention of anything, and nothing has caught the attention of you other than the water and the passages themselves.
Walking over to the water and peering down inside of them.
Sure, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Perception, something I'm theoretically good at, 22.
Oh, that is pretty good. So, after a few moments of study, you realize that this is a natural pool made by the impact of centuries of water falling onto the stone. It's quite deep, and you imagine quite turbulent. The water running out and away to the south is rather swift-moving and cut in a deep channel. Falling into it, you're likely to be swept along. You don't think there would be much of any fish or living creatures in this pool, though maybe a few that are hardy enough and tenacious enough to work against the flow.
No objects that might have accidentally got swept down from the...
You would have to dive into the turbulent water and spend some time searching the bottom, if you wish to do so.
Hell no.
That would be quite adventurous of you.
That is a hell no. Morrigan is not the type of person to fully submerge themselves.
Fair.
And... Okay. But even with that perception, I don't catch the glimmer of anything?
Nothing of note beyond what was described.
I gotcha. Okay. There are doors to the east. Shall we check them out? Yes, good.
Let's do it.
I am going to stop and listen.
Okay. You stop and you listen. The waterfall is roaring in the background, but go ahead and give me a perception check.
17.
You do not hear anything over the sound of that rushing water. Either there's nothing in there, or it's very quiet. The door itself that you're standing next to is swollen and twisted. It looks as though at some point it had been broken open and then just sort of jammed shut. You can see the area around the lock is chewed up. Maybe someone took a pry bar to it at one point.
This is interesting. Investigating the door, any things stand out, like trap-wise?
You don't see anything in the way of a trap, and if there was one, it was probably splintered off when that door was forced open however long ago.
Cool. So, let's open it.
Sure can. And who's doing the opening?
I am.
And I will assist.
Alright, can I have a strength check? DC is only a 10, and you do have advantage.
Straight up
strength. You pop that door open. It's stuck for a little bit, swollen and twisted in its frame, but after a moment, you reveal an empty storeroom. Fragments of wood decay on the floor from a raid some time ago. You can see scratch marks where some sort of large objects were dragged out, but they've been filled in with dust and debris, mold, and other such things.
Just going to take a finger, swipe it across the mold, and just kind of smear it on one of my sleeves.
You add a sample of cave mold. It smells like old.
Door. Same kind of condition for the other door?
No, this one has not yet been opened.
Ah, wunderbar.
Still swollen, still brokety looking, but the lock appears intact.
Again, any sense that I'm getting that this door might be trapped?
No trap noticed.
Okay. And, His Highness is currently away from this.
Won't be long.
Oh, you're actually listening.
No problem.
Good.
Yeah, I'm having a problem at work, but I'm listening.
No problem. If you wish to employ His Highness's expert lockpicking and detection skills, he can do so. This lock is pretty well rusted out, so eventually he just sort of pops it, and the door is now just held up by the timber itself. A little bit of strength and it'll pop open for you.
Next verse, same as the first, I assume.
You got it. DC 10 strength check, please.
At advantage.
Plenty. The door pops open, revealing... pops. It actually gives way grudgingly. It's like... And you realize that piled behind it is just an enormous amount of stuff. Just all kinds of stuff. The chamber is filled with what appears to be rotten food, barrels of salted meat gone bad, sacks of flour or grain covered in russet-colored mold, tons of cider turned into vinegar. 2 open archways in the east wall lead to similar rooms, and 2 more openings are dimly visible beyond. The floor, just past the first archway, gleams wetly.
The wet gleaming.
Sure.
What is it?
So it is way back here. You can just see the puddles sort of stretching out from where you are. Like,
is it holding out the fire? Is it giving off any kind of like rainbow?
No, it just looks wet. Like everything down here is pretty wet.
Basically, I'm asking, is it oil?
Give me a perception check.
12.
No, you get no sort of trouble from it. It doesn't reflect a rainbow or anything like that.
Casey, can I search this area?
Sure.
Quick search.
I would like to go in and start rummaging.
12.
Okay. What are you looking for, if anything particular, or just sort of tossing the place?
I'm just sort of tossing the place, but anything shiny and that may appear valuable.
In this front room, no, it's mostly food stores. The kind of things you would expect people to want to be able to access quickly and keep in a cool place. But it's all turned at this point.
Okay. Shall we go in?
Yeah. And so I will actually go ahead and start moving my way in.
Yeah, as will I. Ready in action. I message you, Casey. I'm going to shoot my bow at any hostiles if they appear.
You got it. You are moving around at combat ready.
Yes. I'll have a torch out as well, just in case I get out of Morrigan's light radius.
I had a from last session.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
So, yeah, investigation of the room, anything of value other than food.
A lot of food, a lot more stores. It looks though the stuff that would be preserved would be set to the back. So things like wine Beer, things that could hold up for a longer time, would be further back. The fresher stuff up in the front to get used more often.
Then let us move 2Z back.
You got it. And as one might suspect, if everyone could hold still for just a moment, Morrigan, as the first person passing that way, you are set upon by a creature. That creature attacks with surprise.
I'm sorry, but a passive perception of 21 didn't alert me to this creature's presence.
It did not. A gray ooze is indistinguishable from wet stone and attacks with surprise. That is how it is written. Not even stealth check. Basically, it's a trap. And a pseudopod lashes down towards Morrigan. Morrigan does a 6 hit.
No, it does not.
And now that it has started moving, what appeared to be a wet patch on the otherwise wet floor suddenly twists like a snake and lunges toward you. It misses, though.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
It's going to get that little produce flame in my hand.
Bring up a quick look. Wait, don't hit anything yet. Don't hit. I saw it, but that's okay. Okay. Ash, go ahead and roll one more time. If you get a better roll, you get the better roll. If not, we'll take the 20. I wasn't fast enough.
Casey, can I use my ready to action?
Sure can. Fire at it.
Okay. 2 attacks now, right?
1 attack, because you're just held. Wait.
12?
12?
Yeah, just a vanilla one.
Armor class will hit, yes.
10?
So will hit. That is 25 points of damage, eh?
No, 10. 10 points.
I thought he attacked twice. Oh, sorry.
No.
You're saying
I can attack twice, but you said I only attack once, so.
Alright, give me 1 second.
Thought you were going to give me that.
Yeah, you will get that 20.
Yeah, you can click on it and switch it to 20.
Make a figure.
Oh my god!
On its turn. Okay. I was looking at your multi-attack. It's on your turn that you get to do the multiple attacks.
Okay. As a reaction, it's only a single attack.
You got it. I wanted to double check myself, and so we're going to set descending here. So arrow buries itself into the tendril, and then Selenite, what are you doing?
Can I get a...
Didn't hear you. Sorry.
Can I? Is it? I can. Morrigan.
You are choppy.
I think you're saying, can you move? Can you move up? Yes, you can stand on top of the pile, or you can move past Morrigan. Either way.
That's.
Oh, super choppy though. Is that me?
I think her voice gate might be a little too high right now.
I think it's her. Everyone else is cool.
I'm hiding, and I'm back.
Oh, welcome back.
Good to have you back. And
still can't hear you.
Ash, if you can hear us, you can move up and you can attack, or you can do whatever you'd like, but I'm hoping your internet is not failing on us.
Why? Can you hear me?
Oh, no, you're good, David. You're good. All right, Ash has moved up.
What I gotta do? I gotta attack and kill someone?
Whoa.
No.
Ash makes it look easy. Nice. And that is 10. That is 9. That is 19 points. No, actually, that is enough. That is it.
I think you take 1/2. Are you single-handing or two-handing?
I have 2 attacks. Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
Yes.
And you do have 2 attacks, and you did destroy the ooze. That tendril just lopped off and then split in midair, falls down, and just dissipates away. No longer an animate threat. Leaving you with the run of the room. We're going to drop out a turn order just that quickly. You do find a few barrels of wine, a few more of beer. Probably nothing worth carrying to sell, but you could drink quite well for quite a long time off of what you find here.
Booty's gonna leave it. It's mostly garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, no booze right
I
now.
would still like to investigate and rummage through this back area.
Sure. You start investigating, moving through. Basically, you're kind of looking at stuff, chucking it over your shoulder, looking at stuff, chucking it over your shoulder, digging your way through this pile of debris. The only thing that really seems worthwhile in it are the larger casks or tons of beer and wine. They're the only things that have really held up. Everything else, between the damp and the time, they've gone a bit off.
But maybe we could take all those barrels, put them aside, and then come back for them.
You're free to do that.
But we will not wait while you do so. We have a job to fulfill.
Or we could just burn it all.
I mean, you can start a fire in here. This is a lot of damp, moldy wood, though. That'd be some low-hanging, nasty smoke. Probably floating like a 1/2 to 1.5 bungos high.
This is another place where smoke starts at feet, right?
Yep, it starts at the feet.
It doesn't at the ceiling.
Yep.
Yeah, that special magical smoke.
So I am moving out of the room.
Sure.
And I am heading to the area that you are revealing.
Following.
Yep.
You got it. So away to the south, you can see the main stream is rejoined, and the water is flowing from east to west. An additional stream is joining it. So you have water falling from the waterfall, joining into another stream, and then heading out.
The streams are not crossing, correct?
The streams do not cross, they join. Never cross the streams.
Otherwise, we would have already experienced the total particle reversal if they were crossing.
There is a bridge.
Is what happens. So yes, you do see a bridge, and let me go ahead and tell you about this bridge. So this long, narrow cavern is half filled with an underground river, flowing along at a rapid pace. A narrow ledge on the north side overlooks the river. A bridge of stone spans it, leading to a larger ledge on the south side that follows the course of the river to the east. The underground river flows swiftly from east to west, so heading off to the right. It is quite deep, and the sides of it are carved through the stone by the passage of water. Falling into that would be a bad idea.
And on that note, this bridge, it looks sturdy?
Oh, it is made of stone and quite sturdy. Good dwarven work.
If that is the case, I will carefully cross the bridge.
Sure, let
and
me
go over to the
let me
other side.
show a little bit more here as we start trucking along. You see a fairly regular opening ahead and to the south, and stairs leading down. As those stairs descend southward, they enter into a large pool of water. It seems as though the lower areas here have flooded. Away to the north and the east, a staircase goes up and around a bend.
Interesting. And other than the water, I'm not hearing sounds of anything.
Other than the water to the south, no. To the north and east, give me a perception check.
13.
Boy, you hear something kind of like a pitter patter of something, but it's could be just about anything.
Interesting. And can you reveal that area real quick?
I can. There's somebody's going to have to do a little splish splashing because you can just get down to see a half-open door, and then you'd need to get in that water to push that door open or do something else.
How deep is that water?
The water's about 5 feet deep.
Just in this area alone?
After you go down the stairs, yeah. So the floor looks about 5 feet deep.
Yeah, forget that.
Smells bad, too.
In that case, let's go towards where I heard the pitter-patter.
Sure.
And I will advise everybody to be on guard, just in case the pitter-patter is hostile.
Sounds
Ready
good.
in action.
Alright.
Fire my bow.
Who's taking point?
Morrigan shall take point.
Okay.
I shall follow the big bird.
You got it. The stairway leads up and around, and you realize you're passing over the stream. As you come around, you can see it going under that ledge. And ahead, you see some stuff. The rock stairs climb steeply, turn north, and then descend toward the east into a cavern, very much like the one you just left, but smaller. A ledge along the river continues east to a door in the north wall. You can just see the edge of the carved stone ahead. And the rushing river separates you from a ledge on the southern side. On the ledge, a cavefish, big, blind eyes, is flopping about on the cavern floor.
You're talking there's a cavefish over here?
There's a cavefish over there. Good sized one. Let's say 2 feet long or so. And pause for station identification, please. Go ahead and clear that. And if I could ask you guys to add yourselves to the turn order for reasons unknown.
Oh, God.
Oof. Joe.
We have two sides of the spectrum right now.
Bootylicious, killing it.
Oh, yeah.
I really want that song.
But I can do better. Gonna go ahead and set that turn order descending. There we go. Boody, you are all over it as suddenly a massive stalactite lashes a tendril, stalactites have tendrils, down, grabs the fish, pulls it up towards a gaping maw. Apparently stalactites have maws. With
I've
a
seen
big
this before.
eyeball.
I know what this is.
And it munches happily on the fish.
Is that a gibbering mouther by any chance?
It is not. This creature is called a roper. If you wish to give me an Arcana check or even a Nature check on your turn, you can find out more. But for right now, Boody, what are you doing? I don't think this was intentionally hostile towards you yet, so I'm going to say reaction did not trigger. Will just be right into your turn.
I'll make the nature check. I'm going to hold my action.
Okay. A roper. It's a big creature. It is monstrous, some might say. There are smaller versions called piercers, which look like little stalactites that drop on people from above, knock them unconscious, then eat them slowly. Ropers are the adult version of that. They're tired of this dropping stuff. They just reach out, grab you, pull you in, and eat you. They're dumb. They're bestial. And really only a problem if they're hungry.
Okay.
Are they dumber than me?
Whoa, that's setting a low bar.
Oh, God.
So,
It's a fair question.
here's the problem. If it was you versus them in a riddle contest, the roper would probably win.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So,
on that note, I shall say I.
So, Boody, you do have this information. Are you conveying any of it to the party, or what are you doing with it?
I'll convey what I can to the party in the amount of time I have for my turn, and then I'm going to take to the ground because I don't want to fly into any of these things. And I'm going to say, maybe we should just sneak around this thing instead of fight it. Thoughts?
Selenite just turns her head and looks at you like, sneak? Really? Like, just look at me.
Okay. So, Boody, advice given. Morrigan, what are you doing with that advice?
How fast is this river moving?
Quite quickly.
Cool. Please let this hit. Because I'm yanking it into the river.
Okie dokie. 22 will hit. Please show me the text on Thornwhip.
Sure. It is going to take me a moment.
Sure, take your time. Just want to make sure there is no size restrictions.
And if the creature is large or smaller.
Large or smaller. Excellent.
Yep, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you. And I want that 10 feet closer to me to be in the water.
Okay. You pull it 10 feet closer to you. It is 10 feet closer to you. On its turn, we will find out what happens.
And that is all.
You got it. His Highness! A stalactite has just been pulled down from the ceiling. What are you doing?
What else can I do? I shall attack it. Somebody already attacked it, so it's not going to be my fault if we die.
That is fair.
Let's try longbow with sharpshooter.
With sharpshooter. Going for the gusto. Let's see it.
Go big a dome, right?
Unfortunately, a 17 is not going to do. That was a heck of a roll, though.
Better than the ones I always do.
True enough. Your Highness, is there anything else that you would like to do?
Hiding.
Fair enough. Go ahead and give me a stealth check when you get a moment. And that's going to bring up our Gnoll Squadron. What are the Gnolls up to?
Not bad.
Yeah, they'll just march.
They do march along. Unfortunately, this Roper is very attentive and does notice where His Highness goes. You will not have advantage on your next roll. The Gnolls go marching one by one. Dullahan, what are you doing?
Yes, I'm, casually strolling. And where? And, I guess, am I at the top of the stairs, or can I see at the top yet?
Yeah, you can peek over the top.
Do I see people thrashing about against this foul beast?
You did hear the bow twang, you did see the arrow fly, and a stalactite is mid-fall on its way down towards the river.
Do you guys need some help? No? Yes?
We shall see where it goes.
Okay. I'll hold action until they decide they need help. Fire off a cantrip.
Sure.
Other than that, I'll have the Gnolls take the dodge action.
Sounds good. Selenite. Morgan sets you up with a fastball.
And I will try to spike it.
19 is going to hit.
13 will not.
13 will not, no. 8 points of damage dealt. And anything else for you?
Is it possible to move directly between it and Morrigan?
You can take the spot to the south, but directly between it is kind of where it's falling towards. You could be there, but that would be a very dangerous place to be as it went past.
I suppose that's fair. I will stay here then.
All right. So... First things first. The roper hits the water. The roper will be flowing downstream quite quickly. But as it does so, it lashes out with 4 tentacles. It's going to target the 4 people that it could see before the gnolls came in. So Boody, His Highness, Selenite, and Morrigan.
What is the reach on those?
Ridiculous.
Very far. Very far.
50 feet. It has a 50-foot reach. So...
Son of a bitch.
Boody, coming at you first.
Bring it.
24. I think that's going to hit. You are grappled.
Great. Fantastic.
Your Highness... 25. I believe you are grappled.
Definitely.
Selenite. 19.
Nope.
You escaped the grapple. Morrigan.
Nope.
10. You escaped the grapple. Boody and Your Highness. You are pulled 25 feet straight towards the roper. As it goes splashing down into the water.
I didn't even want to attack you, bro. Just let it be known.
I'd like to say I'm flapping my wings. Nervous.
Yeah, I would imagine you guys are both flapping a bit. So, top to bottom, 1 or 2. It's going to be number 2, Boody. That giant maw bites at you.
And
That's a miss.
And that is a... does restrained?
Oh, shit.
You are restrained. It has advantage.
In that case, I'll take 13.
You will take 13 points of piercing damage. And then you go for a bit of a ride.
You sure you guys don't need any help?
Now we're good. We got this.
I say woo when we go for.
Boody and His Highness are in the water with the roper, being swept downstream. The roper is bloody-mindedly trying to eat you, despite the situation. It seems a little less concerned about being in the water. Boody,
Morrigan.
What are you doing?
I blame you for this. I want to take an action to get unrestrained.
Okay, you certainly may do so. Strength saving throw, DC is 15. Sorry, athletics. Athletics
Okay.
or acrobatics, I think.
Yep.
I'll do athletics.
Okay. Very no.
I don't do well in the water.
It's not a bird bath time. You continue to be restrained by the roper. Morrigan, things were going so well. Go ahead.
Can I do a contested strength check if I do a thorn whip at Boody and land the hit?
A grapple will end. Hang on. Until this grapple ends, target is restrained. Can't use another tendril. Target is grappled. Grapple ends if it suffers unexpected movement. So yes, you can pull Boody out of the roper's mouth if you succeed.
I'll be torn in half. Do it.
Ooh,
no. You just bang against one of the stony tendrils.
Actually, it's at advantage because
he's restrained.
And Thorn Whip is melee?
It is a melee spell attack.
Okay, absolutely. Weird spell.
Great spell.
Boody.
Melee spell attack with a 30-foot range. It's basically a roper tendril.
You got it. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
You take 8 piercing damage.
I'll
but
take
you're
it.
Yanked.
Don't know that
Thank
Boody
you.
minds.
Um,
Morrigan,
You know what?
anything else?
that was a cantrip. So as a bonus action,
Yep.
I'm going to use a first level healing word on Bodhi.
That's it. Just let me die in there.
There you go. You heal up 7. I basically
you.
undid most of what I did to you.
Okay. It's a confusing moment, but now what? Morgan, anything else?
Everybody, we should move. Actually, that begs
Sounds
the
good.
question. Its reach is 50 feet, yes?
It seemed to have no trouble reaching you at all.
So if I move outside of its 50-foot range, does that provoke an opportunity attack?
Yes.
Son of a bitch. Though that'd have to be all the way.
Here, we'll give you the visual. Good luck.
Does it count if I get around that corner?
Sure, you'd be out of reach.
But would it still get that opportunity attack?
Sure will.
Damn.
It only gets one, though, so the first person to run is taking one for the team.
Fuck it, I'll do it. So 15, 20... 20 would essentially get me out of its range.
Okay, as you round the corner, tendrils flapping about strike out at you. The roper,
Misses.
14, is probably going to miss.
Good. And then 25 and... what's up this hallway?
What is up
Thank
that hallway? Up that hallway is...
There. That's my movement.
You got it. A sturdy door of iron plate stands open in the north wall of the cavern. Inside, you see a short passageway with 3 small iron doors set into the west wall. The first 2 are open, but the door at the end of the hall is closed. This looks to be a prison or stockade of some sort.
Okay.
And your Highness, you can attempt to make a athletics or acrobatics to escape DC 15, or do something else.
Well, the question is, would he be intelligent enough and try to escape this thing, or just attack it like an idiot?
I don't know the answer to that question, but I think you do.
I'm gonna try to use my crowbar to pry myself off of this thing.
That's amazing.
What a great idea.
So, number 1, give yourself inspiration for that. Number 2, you apply the crowbar, which gives you advantage. Versus the disadvantage, you're at a straight strength check at the moment.
Can we do acrobatics?
I don't know that you can acrobatically apply the crowbar. That seems a little less...
Okay.
What about sleight of hand?
I mean, it's a crowbar. You're not going to impress them like, I don't have a crowbar. I have a crowbar. It's just trying to eat them. That's pretty good, buddy.
did
You
it.
are free. Well done.
Wow, I did not accept this to work.
Neither did I, but that's okay.
That's amazing.
So is this a complete action for me?
You
It
have
is.
that is your action, but now you can move. And
Okay, so
it has used its opportunity attack, so you have a scot-free getaway if you choose.
so that means I could use Cunning action to do a dash, right?
Yes.
Sure could.
Because that's a bonus action in my case, so I'm going to use cunning action to dash and get the F out of there.
And good.
I crawl into a ball and I start crying.
As His Highness has a breakdown, what are the gnolls up to?
Okay, quickly, let's move along. Because they don't need our help. We'll just move past this quickly, gnolls. We'll have them dash.
Okay. The gnolls start dashing, and Dullahan, what are you doing?
Oh, the same.
Okay. Bringing it back round to Selenite.
I'm going to yell, close the door once you're all in there.
You're having a mental breakdown.
I say that while crying.
Close the door! Close the door!
They don't make water hot enough for you, His Highness. But Selenite, as the gnolls rush past, what you up to?
Very calmly, she looks at the creature, she looks at Boody, and she casts darkness on the creature.
Okay.
Right in this area. So that as it travels down, it will still be in darkness.
That is a 15-foot radius, so that is a 30-foot sphere.
You got it. Spreads from a point you choose to fill a 30-foot sphere. Extends around corners. You got it.
Basically, it'll cut off right here so we can see fine.
Sounds good.
And then she will just look at Boody and be like, let's go. And she will just casually walk away. Because now it can't see you.
That is true. It cannot see. But it's going to blindly try. And give me 1 second here.
"30 feet should be able to get you to there and technically out of its line of sight."
Boody, pick a number from 1 to 6.
Let's say 5.
Okay. If I see a 5 here, you've got at least an attack roll coming. You hear whip-pap, 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 whip-pap. See tendrils flying all over the place, but none even come close to you.
And is it swept further down the stream?
It is swept further down the stream. Boody, what you doing?
Smart man.
Are you crawling into a ball too?
No, I don't think so. I think I just so filled with rage from being almost drowned by this horrible thing.
All right, so as the roper is swept away, we drop out of turn order, and we find you in a prison.
Let's go ahead. You said this last door was shut?
That last door is shut, correct.
Wonderful. Is it locked?
Is it locked? It is locked.
I shall help.
You are having a mental breakdown. Give me your tools.
No.
Then when you fail at it, don't come crying to me.
I think His Highness just like throws the pick from across the room and the door opens. Good lord.
I close my eyes and then I start picking. And then I'm using only one finger to pick. And then I just, do the other one, the fingers at you. And then I pick.
It's his therapy. Some people knit, he picks locks. And with that, the door opens. The locked cell holds the skeletal remains of a dwarf in rusted plate armor. The insignia, still visible through the layers of rust, a lieutenant, fairly highly ranked. The plate is a bit too badly gone to be used or repaired. But on the corpse, a small silk purse contains 8 platinum pieces and a key.
8 platinum pieces and a key. Does that
Keys
key
are
look
useless.
Does it look like that key goes to this cell or the other cells in here?
It does not.
Can you describe said key?
It is a key. It appears to be fairly finely crafted. It has a number of rather complicated tines to it. Whereas the jail cell door was more a formality, it locks from the outside and is not able to be locked from the inside. This one would keep even a dedicated person out. Fancy.
So, fancy key.
Fancy key.
Okay. Good to know.
Well,
Give
that
me-
seemed thrilling.
Give me just one moment. Any weapon on this Lieutenant Dwarf?
No.
Okay.
Hey, Boody. Give me a quick perception check, if you would.
You got it. Perception coming up. Oh, garbage.
Yeah. Your feet get wet for a second.
It's pretty bad since I'm in the air, but
It is. You just
I
get,
take-
you just get a spray.
okay. I take a look.
You take a
What's
look.
going on?
You take a look around. Where's the nearest light source there, Boody?
The
You got a
torch.
torch.
I got a torch on me.
He is.
You got a torch on you? Okay.
Yeah.
And how high up do you think you're flying?
To the ceiling, I guess.
Okay. No, you just got a spray of water. You look down. You can't see the source of it.
I'm gonna go. Hey guys, we got an issue.
What is it?
It's okay if it happens some of the time, but you
We
know,
got some water coming.
just don't make a habit of it.
We got some water coming. I'm gonna go
Again.
down a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm
Not
going to
on
leave
us.
myself out of the room and take a look around.
Sure. As you
I'm
guys
going down to the party.
as attention is called to it, you look around and you can see water making its way from the ledge back to the stream on both sides. Looks like there was a fairly large disturbance in the water. You see the splash area up here where the roper head hit the water and splashed some up and came down. Everything's a little damp, but you can actually see the streamlets of water coming down. But now the whole area is just got a little bit of a sluice of water coming off of it, heading back down and in.
We need to get out of here.
Interesting. I think that the Booty's instincts are correct. Let us get out of here.
I'd like to go see what's in that room on the other side. Where
Hang on,
that's in
hang
the-
on. I dropped concentration on darkness because we
Okay.
just walked right into it.
Booty's used to wandering around in the darkness down here. He probably didn't even notice. But yes, the darkness falls and it gets lighter in some way. And you make your way along the hallway and down. The stairs themselves are fairly dry. They don't seem to have taken this extra bit of water. But as you come down to the bottom, you can see down here too, the banks are freshly wet. His Highness, hang on, one second. Your Highness, that area is covered in 5 feet of water. The door is only about 7 foot tall, so you will have to go in the water to get through that door. And that is some nasty smelling water, buddy.
It's okay. I need a bath.
Hold up, Your Highness. Let's wait for the group to come here.
It's all right. I heard it's okay. I need a bath, and that's
so.
I didn't say I'm opening the door.
Okay.
I did not say that.
Well, the door's already half open, so you can kind of peek through. But we'll say you haven't opened it up yet. The short flight of stone steps leads down to a wooden door that stands half open. Dark, stagnant water pools in the small landing at the base of the steps and in the doorway, presumably filling the room beyond as well. The area smells of rot.
As we're progressing back through, I'm looking up, making sure that roper didn't manage to get itself out and reaffixed itself.
Sure, give me maybe an investigation.
And I will be helping her.
Maybe a survival. I'm willing to hear arguments.
I'll do investigation. 21, since I was a Selenite.
Sure, you see no sign that the roper has made its way out of the water. You inspect for any sort of wet tracks or what you would imagine to be roper prints on the walls heading to the ceiling, and all the stalactites and formations above look natural.
Okay.
They're the right kind of damp. Your Highness, however, is standing in water that smells quite bad.
Anybody want to run?
I would prefer not to wash off my spores.
We should get out of here.
I think we should.
The door remains.
I want to
only
see
half
what's
open.
in there.
There could
Then
be
you're going
things
on
in
your
there.
own.
Then open
Fine.
the door and let me...
Open the door.
You open the door. Inside is a room. In that room is water. A lot of water. You'd probably need to actually walk through it to investigate thoroughly.
Fuck it, I'm trying it.
Okay. Give me a perception check, please.
Don't we have a potion of swimming or something? Water breathing?
You do have a potion of
water
water breathing.
breathing, yes. But it's only 5 feet deep. He's taller than 5 feet.
And he can fly, so he can sort of like flap
What
his
did you
wings.
want?
Perception.
Perception, please. Whoa, you're all over it. In the very back eastern corner is the skeletal remains of an orc. It must have died near to a century ago. Beneath the skeleton is a rotted leather pouch containing 2 vials. Potions, you suspect.
Well, I shall grab them.
You got it. Later inspection will reveal them to be another potion of water breathing and one of invisibility.
Oh, this is good. I like it.
Good for you.
Your Highness,
Way to take
would you
initiative.
also do me the kindness of rolling me a Constitution saving throw?
Of course.
You smell bad, but that's about it.
Ooh, I'm lucky. That's what you're saying. I'm getting out of there.
Would I say that? I might. Boody. Moving ahead to the stone bridge, you can see the stone bridge itself is not wet at the top, but the base on either side is damp.
Okay. So guys, we gotta move. Water's coming in.
Does it look like the water's rising, or does it look like it's been splashed against there?
It looks like there was some sort of surge in the water that had splashed up on the banks and then it ran back down. But whatever it is seems to have passed.
I'm going to test the bridge gently.
Squeaker, squeaker, squeaker. Nope, it's a big solid stone bridge. Doesn't even squeak.
Alright.
Then we shall go across.
You cross and find yourself in the large open room, the waterfall still tumbling gently down to crash on the stones below. Spiral staircase leading back up to the main hall.
And I think that we are going back upstairs.
Okay. Dullahan, I see you hanging back. Some curiosity with the water?
No, I am not. I'm just waiting for everyone to move forward. That's all.
You got it. So you return to the upper level. Or the middle level, actually. A few potions and a wound or two, richer for your travels. Also, you know where the wine barrels are.
How hurt are you, Boody?
Not too bad. I got
I think he's down 14.
29 out of 43. I'm fine for now.
Your drow friend reports that you had to do a little running around with the shambling mound just to keep it away from y'all, but no problem.
And I think that our next objective is to head up these stairs, yes?
Yes.
Stairs to the east. We shall travel up.
You got it. You get over... Good?
Can I look at that key and try to see if I, with my thief expertise, if I have seen something locked in there that could, make sense?
Sure. Actually, you nail it down. Basically, as soon as you're heading over to that stairwell, this door here, at the base of the stairs that was unlocked, you find that the key would work in it perfectly, and you could secure this area with this key. And this is a hefty iron door.
I shall relay the information to my group.
Well, your instincts have been spot on today.
I only fail when I'm rolling for my health.
Or attacks.
There's some truth there. So, it's going to go dark and light again as you start making your way up the staircase.
So, as you are setting up, I'm going to beg the question. Should we lock the door behind us? Make sure that nothing can come in? Or would it be preferable to keep our escape route open?
I mean, we have the key, so it's easy to open.
So that sounds like we are locking it then.
I say so.
Sounds reasonable
Let's
to
do
me.
it.
Better to know
But-
that there's nothing coming in behind us.
But, I'm not bright enough to know those.
I do need to ask one important question, though. Who is holding the key?
Morrigan.
Okay, then let me change it in my inventory.
Who actually had it?
I marked it down as His Highness since he was the one who went into the prison cell and checked the body.
So, Your Highness, are you giving up the key?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm locking it down.
His Highness is the keeper of the keys, he thinks.
That's fine.
I picture him just swallowing it. Oh, mine.
Oh, you're giving me some good ideas there.
I don't recommend it
No.
because there is someone who will go in and get it the fast way.
No. No.
I was about to say, Casey, if he swallows that key, PvP enabled or not.
We're
No.
going in the
He's getting
fast way. Yep.
Nope. Okay. Alright. Nope. We are not baby birding our way through doors, guys. No way.
Now we'll just feed him mushrooms until he
It just comes out
passes
again.
it.
Alright, so
I don't swallow it.
Yeah, no, you make it look like you do, and you're like,
Can we have a performance check?
But, you know what? I think he's actually pretty good at sleight of hand.
I said performance.
That one falls sleight of handy. Make the key disappear. That's pretty much what it's made for.
He's making a show of swallowing it, though.
Yeah, he's not actually trying to convince us that it happened.
I've actually never said I was going to try to swallow it. You guys said that.
Anyway, all right. So as shenanigans happen and you make your way up the staircase, the stairs end at the entrance to an octagonal chamber. The floor is inlaid with cracked, dusty blue tiles, and the walls are dressed with polished marble. Large doors of iron-bound oak exit to the northwest and northeast. 3 cast bronze statues, almost 10 feet tall, stand by the west, north, and east walls. Each depicts an armed dwarf. The eastern and the western ones carry axes and shields. The center is armed with 2 axes. The ceiling rises in a dome almost 30 feet above the floor. From somewhere in the distance, you hear the faint ringing of a hammer on an anvil.
Am I able to pick up which distance? Like, which door?
Give me a perception check, if you would.
And I would also like to investigate those statues when we have a moment.
Sure.
I'm going to help him out. This is interesting. Anything of value on
perception and 16 on the investigation. I'm basically seeing if actually, let me roll an Arcana real quick.
I'm looking for traps.
Yeah, I've heard of
Actively.
animated armor type deals, automatons. So that's what the investigation is for, is to see if they're actually statues or if they're automatons.
I can take it.
An NPC has been leveled up. I apologize, Twitch chat. I haven't been looking over.
Didn't even know there's someone on Twitch. I'd actually exited.
There we go.
There we go.
We got some
We have an NPC.
healing out of guilt, the best kind of. Yes, there we go.
And I think there was a rumor.
There we go.
As well.
So, hi Twitch chat. I apologize. I was concentrating over here. So some rumors have been suggested, and feel free to shoot me over that rumor, and we'll get that inserted. And a NPC has been leveled up. And we'll talk about some of the NPCs available. If you hear one that you like, let me know.
It's totally the Shambling Mound.
The Shambling Mound would be an option, as would the Roper, as would the thing that caused the disturbance in the water. We could also go back a little bit and level up our thiefy friend, or some people we might meet very soon. Let's find out. But at the moment, investigation does bear fruit. The sounds of the hammer and forge seem to be coming much more strongly from the eastern wall than either of the doors. And several marks on the floor indicate that the dust in the area near the eastern wall has been disturbed. The statues do not appear to be automatons or animated in any way, though they are jointed and potentially capable of movement, but you don't see any reason for that to happen of a magical nature.
Okay, I'm going to use some of my fancy thief stuff.
Sure can.
Thief can, right? So I'm looking for anything secret, dialect, jargon, code, stuff like that within those statues to try to, understand how this thing works.
Sure. You start looking over for any sort of thief trail signs, indications, that sort of thing. However, these dwarves, whoever carved these, were stuck-up pricks. There's not so much as a good suggestion as to where to get brew. They're just all sorts of nobility. Can I also see a perception check from you? David. His Highness, sorry. Yep, that's about all you get out of it.
Looking over these statues, did I notice any kind of dwarvish writing on them?
No, these are just well-made statues.
But you said the dust towards the east wall had been disturbed.
The
quite a
dust
bit.
towards the east wall has been disturbed.
Does it look like these statues rotate? Like if they are facing specific, like are there scratch marks on the floor indicating, hey, these octagon pedestals actually rotate, and suddenly there's a hidden door that opens up in the wall kind of deal?
Sure. Give me a quick DC 10 dexterity check.
Dexterity.
I'm gonna help him out.
Sure can.
15.
All right. So you start checking out the statues. The ones to the east, the ones to the west. You go over those pretty quickly. You're like, no, it's not these. And you start looking at the ones to the north, and you see kind of a way that the arms could lever. And a little more investigation, you sort of end up fixing them in place, getting a little bit of a jam in there so they can't move. And that's probably a good thing, because when you check it out, the northwest and northeast doors, if either of those were opened, it would trigger those axes to swing down and cut into anyone near them. The true exit you find after your investigation is to the east, through a hidden door behind the wall.
Awesome.
Well done. Good teamwork.
His Highness. Can you see if you can disable the traps on those doors?
Yes, I sure can, but I'm not sure I can, but I will try for sure.
So give me a dexterity check, please.
And I will assist.
Sure can.
Dexterity. Can I do a sleight of hand? Because I'm good at that.
Just a straight dexterity check. You'll get a +2 for it for your thieves' tools. But you don't need it.
Wow.
Actually, his proficiency might be a little higher now, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's
Okay.
+3 now.
+3 now. But you didn't need none of that. So after successfully disarming the traps, you open the doors, and it's just a blank stone wall with a little bit of paint on it to make it look like there might be a hallway behind it. It's purely trapdoors. The only exit is the one to the east, which leads to a short flight of stairs going up.
This is about what I expect. But I wanted to be sure. Let us go to the east.
Sure can. A short passageway and a flight of stairs leads to another door.
Selenite, you and I? Front and center?
Always.
I'm gonna look for traps first, guys.
Sure. Your
I
Highness,
can't grab myself anymore.
as you start inspecting the door, you realize that this is a matching lock to the one down below. Your key will probably unlock it.
We
do-
cannot drag ourselves past this area.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
Oh,
There's a very
hang on.
dynamic
That's
lighting wall in the
that's
way.
probably a lighting wall. Let me get rid of those. I apologize.
Here, I'll move my token.
I'm gonna try to make it look like I'm picking that door.
How can I have a lighting wall? I've got dynamic lighting off. All right, you know what? Let's turn them.
Just because it's off doesn't
Doesn't
mean that
turn off the. Oh, yeah, hang on. I'm going to take you off the page and back on again.
There it goes. We're good. Never mind.
No, sorry. Yeah, just refresh it to make sure everything works. All right.
it's there.
hello.
So
These
I'm gonna
halls
make
are
it.
10
I'm
foot.
gonna unlock the door.
okay, the door's on.
However, I'm gonna make it look like I'm picking the door with my lockpicks.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check as you start to get fancy. But the door does unlock. Are you opening the door?
No, I'm gonna let somebody else do that.
Okay, who is opening the door?
I will.
All right. The door opens to reveal a big room. And give me just a moment.
I moved back before she opened the door. I'm staying with my friend Boody.
Yep, and Selenite and I are technically standing side by side.
All right. As the door opens, a few things happen. The enormous hall is lined with 10 great pillars carved into the forms of giants and dragons that support the vaulted ceiling high above. Guttering orange torches set in sconces along the walls illuminate the room, and a mighty throne sits on a dais at the opposite end. The walls were once covered with tile mosaics, but they've been smashed and defiled by graffiti. Tiny fragments of tile litter the floor. You can see 5 other exits. A small fire smolders on the floor between the dais where 6 sleeping pallets lie empty, surrounded by packs and supplies. The sounds of hammers ringing from iron come from beyond the doors to the south. Suddenly, a harsh voice calls from the shadows of the pillars. Go back the way you came. This is the only warning you'll get. As that warning is issued, you can see 3 stocky, grayish figures with white beards and bald heads fade from view, obscured by invisibility.
Well then. I think that we have finally arrived.
And
I will move inside.
And I will be beside her. Preemptively activating my symbiotic entity.
okay. That seems like you're not heeding their warning to go back.
This is exactly the case.
And I am
We
going
were
to
sent here for a job.
and I'm going to ready an action the moment someone threatens either Morrigan or myself. Attack.
Sounds good.
And that will also be my held action.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and bring up the turn order. Don't roll yet. Alright, go ahead and add yourselves to the turn order.
My temporary hit point bar is... Oh. I see what's going on.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I flipped around the colors. I made everybody while I was playing with the lights.
Yes. That is yes. Huh. Cool.
I like it.
I don't think that I actually took my hit point level up. I'll just leave it as it is until I'm able to find out.
Alright, and I, for the moment...
So, initiative, yes?
Yes, please. Please add yourself to the initiative.
Making sure I'm selected, hit the initiative button.
Wow.
I am good with visit.
Okay, and the bad guy turn tracker is on. And Boody, it's a big open room. What are you doing?
Boody will move closer. He's going to stay. Actually, Boody will take flight and move right there.
Okay.
I'm going to get as high as I can. And I'm going to hold my action. Ready, bow?
Sure.
And I'll cast... Basically, when I see someone, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark and fire upon them. Or,
you can do one or the other.
I'm going to just fire upon them.
You got it.
When I see them.
Boody has a held action to attack. Morrigan.
Yes. This is going to be interesting. You know, yes, I am going to do this.
Okay.
The area that I last saw them in, I am going to cast Entangle.
Okay.
So it is a 20-foot square.
20-foot
So
square.
20 foot to a side.
Please go ahead and draw it.
Draw. And just for my memory's sake, there was one there, and like one there.
That's about right.
That's about right, yeah. And then it will be... that is 4 squares? Yes. So, that area there is
You got
entangled.
it. Entangling vines appear.
And any creature within the area, when I cast a spell, must make a strength saving throw or be restrained.
Correct. You see no evidence that anything has happened, though I don't know that you would.
That is my action.
Mm-hmm.
I have no need for my bonus action, however, I am still going to move up about 15 feet.
Sounds good.
And hold my ground there.
Dullahan.
Shield at the ready.
Yes, yes, yes. This is all very well.
Get your nose up in here. Spread them out.
Calm down, everyone. You there, disembodied voice. We came here to talk. Surely you would have enough courtesy to talk with us, yes? Hello, voice. Alright, I would like to, in action,
Sure.
first one that I have indication where it is, whether that be sight or otherwise. Last. But
Sounds
otherwise, outside of just calling for common courtesy, his turn.
Guys, what is a piton?
Piton is a spike that's used for climbing or to jam doors shut. Basically a big nail.
It's an anchor point for climbing ropes and that kind of stuff. Some of them
Thank
have
you.
loops in them. Some of them are just straight spikes
You got it.
used for giving yourself like handholds, footholds, anchor points.
Dullahan, your calls for courtesy come unanswered. Selenite,
No, that's just rude.
they do not seem to be nice folk. They did give you a warning. I mean, that's sort of nice.
It was a threat.
A little bit of both. Some
That's
from
all.
column A, some from column B. Selenite, it comes to you, though.
I will move forward at pace with Morrigan, and I will ready my action again to attack the very first thing that is an enemy that comes within range.
Okay. And as you all move up, there is a sudden, painfully shrill whistle that fills the room and echoes and echoes and echoes. An alarm has been sounded.
Any indication of where it came from, like the origination?
You could try and narrow that down, but as a warning, it is painfully shrill. Too much attention paid to it could cause you damage.
I'm talking more passively. We're in the middle of combat.
Like, passively, if you're not turning your head away and giving yourself a shrug to get your ears away from it, this could blow out eardrums.
Would that be considered an attack?
It would not be considered an attack. You'd have to try and hurt yourself with it, but if you tried to listen to it, it's like trying to press your ear up against a speaker.
Again, ignoring common courtesy. Bread, salt, even water. No.
Wow. Old school courtesy, but very nice. But no bread, no salt offered. And your gnolls look hungry back there. What are the gnolls doing?
They are always hungry. It's, I guess, one of the advantages of being a gnoll. All right, you there, go frolic. And the first one will just go sprinting past everyone.
All right. That Jethro Gnoll?
No, Jethro will be performing Operation No Shield.
Ah.
Only because he has the initiative for all.
Nullification of attacks. Got it.
Spread out now.
His Highness, as the gnolls begin spreading out and scouting around, what are you doing?
Let's say I would want to spread my ball bearings.
Okay.
What
where are you
would be
gonna
the
do that?
surface I couldn't do with that?
It would be a 5-foot square, I believe.
Believe it's a 5-foot square, correct.
Then it's garbage. Okay.
It's good for choke points, not so much for wide open combat like this.
So I'm gonna move in, and I'm gonna use my
Oh, no, it's a 10-foot square.
10-foot square. Even is too small. You said those pillars, they were what exactly? You said they were dragons or something like that?
Pictures of dragons and giants.
So it's a picture. Okay, I see. And
Statues. I mean, it's the carven statues, yes.
So I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna use my dash action to go further. And how high is that?
Ceiling's about 30 feet high.
So it's all the way up for me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go right here. You know what? No, it's not gonna be all the way up. I'm gonna go behind one of those pillar, and that was 40 feet. So another 20 up. So I'm 20 feet off.
Sounds good. And Boody, it comes back around to you.
And I'm gonna try to hide.
Okay, go ahead and give me the stealth check. And Boody, as it comes back around to you, still no sign of the Grey Dwarves.
Okay, I'm just gonna hold my action then.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I'm hiding.
You are doing a real good job, but you're always pretty sure you're hiding. Morrigan, over to you as Boody maintains his position.
We are about to have company. My guess is that they will be coming from the south. Basically, no action, free action, blah blah blah. I'm dropping the concentration on the entangle.
Okay.
And I am going to ready what am I going to ready?
I do not know.
Now, before they disappeared, were these guys wearing any kind of armor?
You got a brief look at them. They were Duergar, and they were wearing two of them fairly heavy armor. The third looked a little finer crafted and perhaps a little lighter, but still metallic.
Good. Then I will hold a heat metal
Okay.
for if someone reappears or makes contact with. Basically, if the enemy shows up, I'm casting heat metal on them.
You got it. Dullahan.
No. This is quite tiresome. So what can I see from here? There are doors.
Doors. Doors to the north and south, and one far to the east, each behind a little cubby. The one to the east is after a small raised dais and a throne.
Yes. And what do I see around this camp?
6 pallets for sleeping, a collection of food goods, fairly rough and tumble looking.
All right. Well, let's havoc. I think havoc is a good idea.
Okay.
Maximum. So. Oh, I can hit all of these. Okay, yeah. So from here, fine. View won't come out, and the niceties will not be shown. I guess we shall not show any niceties to you. I'd like to start setting their things on fire.
Okay. How are we doing that? With a firebolt. That will hit and start setting things on fire indeed.
Yes.
Roll me damage, please.
And it does set stuff on any flammable things that are amongst this, I guess, whatever looks, one of these bales plus stuff.
Yeah, they're basically hay and leathers and skins all stacked up to be kind of comfy, but now it's just an exploding mass of fire and funk.
Didn't want to do that. Now come out, please. That's my turn.
Selenite.
Again, ready the action to attack as soon as there's an enemy to attack.
Okay.
She's not leaving her spot.
You got it. To the north and south, 2 of the doors bang open. The sound of a hammer on anvil has stopped. You can see a little bit into each of the rooms. But no target presents itself. Nulls.
Can we hear any kind of footsteps or anything at all?
You can try. If you wish to use a perception on your turn, you may do so, but you do not hear anything obvious.
These far doors, right?
Yes, those 2 doors that just got a little block behind them opened up.
Sure, they shall go and investigate my gnolls. Go now.
Jesus, how much movement do they have?
They're dashing.
They are dashing. The gnoll makes squishy, squirt, squirt, squishy, squishy, squirt noises at you, informing you that it's a gnoll.
Okay.
And your Highness.
Would you say that the bed made quite a bit of smoke?
The bed is making a significant amount of smoke, yes.
So, I'm looking for any places where there is no smoke.
Okay, so that'll be a perception to try and detect an invisible creature, seems like what you're going for.
Pretty much.
Alright, so go ahead and give me a perception check. That's a pretty damn good perception check. So, Your Highness, you look to the smoke, you inspect it carefully, and what you discern is that creatures have moved through the smoke, heading southward, but it does not appear that they're still in the room. To the north, the smoke hasn't reached there yet, so you can't really tell what's happened on that northern door. But you can see wisps and trails of smoke still flowing south, swirling in on itself from someone's passage.
I relay the information.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to move a little bit. I'm trying to have a look at, to get sight of where the smoke.
Sure. And Morrigan, you can't quite see. Your Highness, you're a little too far south to quite have an angle. Now you can see a little better. The room beyond. Yep.
Can I see somebody?
You do not see anybody. You do know they are probably still invisible. But you can see a little bit into that room through the open doors. And it is lit by an intense orange to almost white light coming off of what must be an extraordinarily hot fire. Implements lay on the floor, indicating this is some sort of forge or refinery, but the noise, the hammering, has stopped, but still that roar of air being forced into a superheated area is coming from the south.
So even if I'm using what I saw with the trail where the smoke was going, I cannot detect where they are?
You do not see where they are, no. You're pretty sure they headed in that direction, but you don't see anyone from the angle you're at.
Now, I don't know how much movement I've used.
You've used 20.
20. Okay, so I'm going to try to get behind that pillar here.
Sure.
And I'm going to try to stealth, and then I'm going to wait my turn again.
Okay. Boody.
And I failed, but I still yell, I'm stealthing.
You're very convincing. Boody, what have you got?
All right, Booty's going to move here. Still taking flight. This way I can actually right here. So I have crossfire with His Highness.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
No, you don't know where I am. I'm hitting.
He insists this to you.
Okay.
Morrigan.
Can I make can I make a perception check to see if I see anyone in the smoke by any chance?
Sure. If you want to use perception, absolutely may.
18? I not.
18. You come up with the same conclusion His Highness has. People have moved south. There's not enough smoke to the north to tell.
Alright then, I'm done.
You got it. Dullahan.
Morrigan.
You skipped Morrigan.
I'm sorry. I got distracted.
Well, Selenite, seems they are not coming to us. Shall we go to them?
Indeed.
Very well. And I am going to move my 30 feet to there. And am I seeing anything? Basically, there.
You got a little bit of extra vision, and that area is fairly lit. So let's take an angle here. We're going to get back to about there. Over to about like maybe there. Up to maybe here. Back over to here. So, what you can start to see is a foundry or metalworking area. The double stone doors lead into a barrel vaulted area containing several furnaces. The eastern end of the chamber continues away. To the west, you can't quite see along the wall. The furnaces you can see from the angle you're on are cold and dark, and the debris around them indicates they haven't been used for quite some time. However, just out of sight, to the south and west, a glow is lighting up the area. One of the forges is definitely going.
Wunderbar. I'm going to use my action to dash.
Sure.
And get a better look on the room.
You got it. You can see just about all the room now. So we're going to go ahead and reveal a bit more area.
Still nothing.
And what you did see is you can't see the water, but you can tell that the stream is cutting through this area as well. You can hear the water whooshing by. And you can also hear a whistling of wind. Whatever this forge is, it must be using a number of elemental forces to power it. You can see oozing, falling slowly, a translucent metal cast aside quickly, laying beside the forge.
Well, this is what we were sent to destroy, so we shall continue work on destroying it. However, with that being my dash action, I have no desire for bonus action, and that is my movement, and that is my turn.
You got it. Dullahan. Enemies refuse to present themselves as targets of your affection. What are you doing?
I'll come here and guess hold an action to blast away something. Actually, you know what? I'll take a dodge out.
Sure.
Remind me, guys, when next time we're in town, I'm gonna buy some flowers.
I'll have Wukong. Like, goes up to the ceiling.
You got it. Selenite.
She will actually move towards this door down here. She can't make it all the way, but that's where she's going to head. Should the door open, she will ready an action to attack anything that comes through the door that is not her friend.
Sounds good. You are standing at the bottom of a short flight of steps up to the door, and then things happen that nobody gets to see. Boy, howdy, would it be helpful if they would happen in the right order. Nulls.
All right. Let's open some doors. Opening door.
Null opens the door. Oop, don't do that. Do this. Selenite, you get a view looking south, a hallway leading to a workroom chock full o' tables and tinker toys and all sorts of neat stuff.
You moving? There.
He'd be able to see that way.
You got it. Let's see here. Stairs leading south from the pillared hallway entered a wooden door. Beyond is a corridor that opens into a large room lined with hearths. This room must once have served as a kitchen. Pots, pans, cauldrons, and kettles lie scattered on the floor and strewn across the tables. An archway to the west leads into a pantry filled with rotted foodstuffs.
Great. His turn's done. Are these doors open to the east?
Those doors are open. The gnoll rushes in and crosses a bridge.
Yeah.
That is an ugly gnoll.
Yeah, they are. Opening door.
Opening door. The gnoll sees a thing to the north. Door opens to a large chamber filled with a dark pool in the center. Bits of smashed furniture and other debris are scattered on the floor. Hallways lead off to the east and to the west. A weird moaning comes from the area. Does anyone happen to speak Dwarven?
I do.
Selenite, from the north and east, you hear curses in Dwarven. Angry shouting, growing louder and more clear.
From
the north and
direction?
east. Yep, over where Mr. Knoll has gone.
And she will indicate that's where she hears shouting.
Well, everyone hears the shouting, but you can tell it is Dwarven cursing.
Dwarven cursing.
Dwarven cursing.
Just random expletives, or is it directed at something occurring?
Dwarvens.
It is directed at something. It seems like the type of curses one might utter in battle. Like, ow, that hurts. Die, you son of a monkey.
Interesting.
That is the completion of all the gnolls.
You got it. Your Highness.
Well, I shoot the cat.
The cat does not like being shot.
Okay, I don't know what to do.
This is like the most chill combat ever.
Think I'm gonna help Selenite.
Okay.
Do what?
Oh, I'm gonna, stand back and follow your lead, I guess, because I'm not bright enough to understand what's going on.
Sure.
You got it. So, Your Highness, is you could fly down towards Selenite.
I'm flying right here.
Yep.
And then before I yell, I try to hide. And if I fail miserably, then I yell, I'm stealthing.
Sounds good. Boody.
I'm stealthing.
He is trying to stealth. Boody, how about it for you?
Boody will move his 50 feet. Or right there.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. Right there. And I'll cast Cure Wounds on myself while I have time. It's 6-pack. And that's it.
Sounds good. And that's going to bring up Morrigan.
Yes, it is. Give me a moment. That is not a creature.
Morgan, Morgan, please deduct your heat metal spell slot.
I've already done so.
Thank you.
I believe I have found the forges.
You do appear to have.
This is what we were sent for. So, let us take care of business. And let's see. Let's go 15 feet to there, 25 feet there, 30 feet to there.
Okay, Morgan, freeze, please.
Frozen.
All right. Morgan, as you go through the doors, they slam shut behind you.
This is okay.
And they did not shut when the gnolls crossed?
That is correct. They did not shut when the gnolls cut through. Morgan, as the doors slam shut, a pair of javelins are thrown at you by Duragar.
Are they using potions of invisibility?
They fizzle into sight as they throw. However, they will have advantage on these 2 throws. 22.
Touches.
19. Sorry, 24.
Give me a... Well, duh, of course that touches. That is 12, 17. Okay, I'm good.
And 2 Durgar are now exposed.
So, they would have slammed the door, thrown the javelins. Question.
Mm-hmm.
How could they have thrown the javelins if they slammed the doors? Because the doors would have been their held action.
That is curious, isn't it?
Either way, so that would have probably happened when I was about there.
I mean, they were waiting for you to get in the room and clear the doors, so somewhere in around that area.
Yeah. Which means I still have... Okay. Okay. This is going to be fun. I'm going to turn, smiling at the both of them. See, the thing is I am not locked in here with you. You are locked in here with me. And with that, I'm going to be burning a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay.
And I'm going to be conjuring animals. I would like 8 wolves, please.
That's a lot of wolves. Un momento, please.
And I would like both of them surrounded by wolves.
Standard wolves, correct?
Standard wolves.
Oof. Wrong spot. Wolf, come back at you. Broken layer. Broken layer.
And if you want to give me access to their
Doing
sheet,
it
I can start
right
dragging them
now. You should now have the sheet. And give me a second. I'll get you copy pasted.
I'm just going to start drag and dropping.
Okay, either way works.
And I need to initiative.
We'll just have them go on your turn. For
Uh,
sanity's sake.
Yeah, they specifically have their own initiative.
Yeah, we're just going to have them go on your turn for sanity's sake.
Cool. Well, if that's the case, then that means they get to go, yes?
They are appearing this round, so not till next round.
This is why I wanted to roll initiative for them. But anyhow, their verbal command is to tear apart my enemies.
Seems like a reasonable command. And anything else?
Let's see, that was an action. Is there anything that I can do as a bonus action? No. Because throwing a flask of oil at one of them would be considered an action.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Dullahan.
Selenite, I believe the door is closed on Morrigan. I know you all want to protect her. Sure, for help. I shall investigate the dwarvish person. Such boorish behavior. It's about.
There is actually something that I would like to do. And I'm just going to move 10 feet that way. That's it.
Sure.
And I'll have Wukong fly over.
You are very quiet.
That's my
Greg.
turn.
You got it. Selenite.
Dashing, that's my turn.
Dashing you go. Bad things happen. Morrigan. Bad thing number 1. Please give me a wisdom saving throw. The DC is going to be a 12.
Does not matter.
Just fine. The Duergar incants spells from the far side of the Eastern Bridge.
I just turn and I grin at him.
To your left and to your right, 2 Duergar fizzle from invisibility. They are massive. They stab towards you. The one to your left making 2 attacks with a massive short sword, if that makes any sense.
The one to the left can give me the Constitution saving throw.
Sure. An 8.
Fails.
And what is it he's taking?
Necrotic damage.
So Mr. Null didn't hit any of them
Mr.
when he
Null
was walking?
Mr. Null did not hit any of them. They were not there when Mr. Null was walking.
Okay.
So yes, the one to the left will take 2 necrotic
The
damage.
one to the left will take 2 necrotic damage.
It's not a lot, but it is what it is.
You got it. The one to the left makes 2 attacks. Where'd you go, buddy? There you are.
Miss. Miss.
Those are misses. The one to the right will make 1 attack.
Miss.
And away to the left, behind the other bridge, another Duergar appears, hucking a javelin at you from invisibility. With advantage,
That'll touch.
Yuck.
crit for the 7.
And for a hot moment, my wolves are still here.
And that's going to bring up our 2 Duergar who just start laying about themselves at these wolves. Each one, the one to the right and the one to the left. Wolf on the right. This guy right here.
This one?
Sorry, that one. To the right of the Duergar, sorry, is what I was trying to say.
To the right of the regard, that
yep,
one.
You got it. And then a follow-up, the one on the left.
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute. Probably going to miss.
I think that one actually misses. Let me double check real quick. No, that meets.
That meets.
No, it misses.
Misses.
It misses. Sorry.
It's alright.
AC 13.
You got it. Up to the north, Mr. Null is assaulted by a ghost.
How dare they?
How dare they? It reaches out, attempting to wither him with its touch. I don't know that a 9 does.
It does not.
Away to the south and west, another Mr. Null is assaulted. This one by a table. Because why not?
Objects in D&D are very strong.
They are a little touchy. Mr. Null, a 12?
Yeah.
13 points of damage to Mr. Null as the raging table emerges. Boody. I don't think you had any held action this time. Because I think you were perception.
No, I did not.
Alright.
Nope.
Did His Highness have a held action?
Yeah, it's His Highness's turn.
Nope, not His Highness's turn.
His Highness is just too dumb anyway to help.
You were gonna come over and help. You were trying to follow me anyway, but
Yep.
it's your turn.
Well,
now.
hang on, not yet. There's still things happening. The door opens behind the dais. 2 Durgar stand there and launch javelins at Boody before shutting the door again. Javelin from the first. Boody, 22 for 8. And the second might actually not be a javelin. I apologize. Everything happens at the same time. Javelin from the second.
Boody, isn't that if they open the door, that's your held action, isn't it? You see
He
an
does not
enemy.
have one
with
held.
that.
Yeah.
23 and a 22.
Thankfully.
They step forward, lob their javelins, step back, and shut the door once more. And that brings us through mess round. Nulls.
Closes the door,
Okay.
and he'll take dodge.
All right.
The other one's down. This one will come. I guess he'll try to attack this guy.
Sure can.
With a good bite.
No.
Okay.
Nulls make an effort. But His Highness suddenly... Nope. There's just a table. Everybody else is keeping the doors closed. It's an angry-looking table.
The table looks alive, right? It moves.
It is moving. It's stomping all over the Null. For a table,
That
it's
one
got
was
nice
just-
legs.
That one was just Jethro Null, too.
Oh no, not Jethro Null.
Yeah.
Another one bites the dust.
Oh.
Mm,
Ooh.
Why not, right? Let's attack that table.
Let's tag that table.
Longbow, sharpshooter.
Ooh, going for the big shot.
And I should have normal, right? No, a disadvantage, right?
Nope, normal shot.
No shot.
Ooh. That is not gonna do. Actually, you know what? Hang on one second. You did hide. And... Oh, nope, it definitely saw you. Never mind.
It's a really perceptive.
It is.
Table.
It actually has blind sight. And you are out in the open, so...
I shall stealth.
Okay. You realize as you look at this table, you're going to need to move behind something in order to stealth from it. So please shift a little bit behind, so behind a wall or something. And then, yep, you're pretty sure you're out of its line of sight. And Boody.
Cure wounds. 2 first level spells. And Boody is saying fuck that. And he is going to get behind Selenite. Give himself some cover behind that pillar.
Sounds good. And that's going to bring us, I think, to Morrigan.
Yes.
Morrigan, you got a lot of wolves.
And that's fine. So, the wolves act on their own initiative. Meaning they don't have to take any commands from me at this point.
Correct.
So, bonus action. I am rebursting my symbiotic spores.
Okay.
To get back up to 25 temporary hit points.
Sounds good.
And
your symbiotic is down, correct?
It was at 1 hit point.
Okay.
Which is why I'm rebursting it.
Got it.
So, there are going to be 4 bite attacks. All at advantage against these 2 Druigar.
You got it. Which one are you doing first, left or right?
We're going to go for the left Druigar.
You got it. 4 bites at attack. Or at advantage. Blech.
Yes. So, 19.
That will hit.
Give me a DC 11 strength save.
I will roll them at the end, because you got advantage on all of them anyway.
Yep. 21.
That'll hit. Still standing. Well, maybe.
15.
15 will miss.
21.
Will hit. 14. 21?
Yep.
21 points of damage. He is still alive. 3 strength saving throws. 1. Nope, he's on the ground.
Cool. Druigar number 2 on the right.
On the right.
Still at advantage, 17.
17 will hit.
23.
Will hit.
24.
Yep.
Oh,
All good hits.
12.
Not so much.
That's okay. So, 14, 22, 31 points of damage.
31 points of damage. You destroy that Durgar.
Good. These wolves will circle around.
The last one was needed, so...
That's perfectly fine. Those wolves are going to circle around, actually. This one was up here, yes?
yes.
And
Yep.
they have, 40 feet of movement?
Sounds about right.
Yeah. 10, 20... Yeah, he'll circle around that way. And myself... Let me collapse the wolves real quick. This guy's prone, yes?
He is prone.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. If I do that... Yes, that works. Still within range of them.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and have them both make DC 15 dex saves for me, please.
Sure, why am I doing that?
Burning Hands. Also, I need to make sure that it's at 2nd level and not 3rd for Tiefling. That is at 2nd level, yes.
Okay. DC 15 dexterity saving throws. They do have advantage against it.
How so?
Because they're Durgar.
Either way, they will still take 6 fire damage.
They will still take 6 fire damage. They don't like that. Morrigan, anything else for you?
That was a little bit of movement. Actually, that wolf as he was moving around, could I have had him pull open the door?
He scrabbles at it and is unable to. You realize the door is locked.
That's 3 actions they took to shut the door, lock it, and then attack.
There were 4 Duragar behind that doorframe. 2 big ones now on either side of Morrigan, the one dead and the one on the far side. 1 shut the door, 1 lock the door, 2 threw javelins.
Okay. Let me tick my burning hands as being used. I think I am okay. That'll be my turn.
You got it. Dullahan.
So many enemies. I guess I will. Is there some place that I can place myself to get cover and still see this door when it opens?
If you take a step back, you would have at least half to 3/4 cover.
Okay. Yes, I'd like to step here and prepare for any Dugar that I see or any enemy with a magic missile.
Sure can. And you can take 3/4 cover because that don't need you to take much aim. Selenite.
What do those doors look like?
Those doors are big and metal. Those doors are... I'm lost. Scroll the wrong way, excuse me. Those doors... Oh, excuse me. They're stone doors. Double stone doors that led into the barrel vaulted area containing several furnaces. Metal might melt under the intense heat of the dwarven forges.
Is it locked from the inside or the outside?
The keyhole goes both ways.
Goes both ways. How strong does that keyhole look to me?
It looks pretty fancy, some might say.
I didn't ask how fancy it looked. I asked how strong it looked.
I mean, it's a big stone door. It looks about stone door strength.
It's not an answer, Casey.
I'm frantically looking up object hit points. Hang on. I think 27 might have been the answer from last night that I might be remembering, but let me look.
27, and then stone was like pretty high AC.
Okay, so you figure you're probably going to need to hit it just right. Let's say an AC of about 17 and a size of 20. You know what? Let's this is dwarven. Let's go medium. Let's go. Each door has 18 hit points.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, nice.
She's gonna move up to it.
Okay.
She's gonna swap out to her morning star real quick.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna bash that lock.
Okay. 17 is on the nose. You start smashing your way. You can see it shattering around the outside of the lock, but it's still got a bit more to it. That's another bit more. That is 17. What was the number I said?
18.
Oh, damn.
I am one knock away from breaking one
just,
door open.
Needs a little poke.
Does it shudder a little bit under the weight of these blows?
It's pretty much just hanging in there. You just need that last knock to actually get the pin to drop out of the other door.
Okay.
All right. So, Selenite, any bonus action or otherwise? Don't know if you have any yet.
I have bonus actions, just nothing I want to use right now.
You got it. That's going to bring up a bit of a mess as things start to happen. First, the dwarf that incants tries once more, casting a hold person on Morrigan. Morrigan.
I do have a quick question for you.
Sure.
Is that dwarf that incants also responsible for the enlarge that is on the 2 Druid next to me?
No, Druid can do that naturally.
Gotcha.
That's just a thing they do because they're deep dwarves.
Yep, wisdom save?
It is a wisdom saving throw. The DC is fairly low. Just a 12, I think.
Have a 22.
You're fine. It's like he's not even trying.
I can feel it starting to grab a hold of me, and I just shudder it off and stare at him.
Indeed, you do. And that's going to bring up some stabby, attacky. First, the fellow with the short sword, really big short sword, is going to try and stab at you twice. 16?
That'll miss.
24.
That'll touch.
Alright, and he is going to tack onto that his sneak attack damage.
Okay.
Additional 10.
Okay.
Sneaky for a big guy. The other one on the far side is going
Give me just a moment.
Sure.
I'm okay. Continue.
You got it. On the far side...
We're gonna have to do this quick. If not, His Highness is gonna fall asleep.
Alright, well, we'll get to a wrap-up point in 1 second. Let's get through this round. War Pick swinging at you, enlarged. 21 for 12.
Yep. Give me just a moment.
You got it?
Still fine.
You got it. Javelin coming at you from a enlarging Duragar to the south and west. Standard attack.
I need just a moment.
Yep.
Here we go. Go for it.
That'll hit.
Come on, Casey. Stop getting on this crazy roll.
I'm still
done this
okay on my
before.
spell.
And he is now a big Duragar. Come on, buddy. Alright, we'll get to you in a second. The one in amidst the wolves is going to get big as well. As he gets big, he is going to... That is not the one I want.
He's going to need to stand up first.
He is going to stand up. He's going to use 15 feet of movement to stand up. He is going to enlarge as Durgar do, and then he is going to go for the gold. He's going to huck a javelin at disadvantage at Morrigan.
Miss.
14 is going to miss. That was the wrong button anyway, but that's fine. That's everybody in that room. We got a table that comes charging out. It just leaps around trying to reach His Highness, but it's a table. It can't fly. Up to the north, a ghost attacks the knoll. Ghost, withering touch on the knoll. Yikes. That knoll is probably gone. At which point, two Duragar step forward.
Aha!
Aha! Dullahan.
My trap.
What a clever trap that was.
I wanted to do it at a higher level, but that's fine.
Okay. Did you want to do it at a higher level?
Yeah, hold on. Because I didn't do it from here. Well, crap.
Hey, you're rolling good. Take those.
Yeah, it's
2,
fine.
There's 3. And then the higher level gives me an extra, what? 1 or 2
Extra
bolts?
1 dart per level.
So that's 2 more bolts.
5,
You know what?
10,
That is still
15, 17,
That's
19.
damage.
Very nice.
So you said this Durugar here got big?
Yes, all of them are big at the moment.
Okay, so that would have shoved Wolf there, and Wolf there.
Sure, we'll go like that. And Drugar, look around. They don't see Boody. They don't see Dullahan. They see Selenite. They take their step out. They lob at Selenite. Javelins enlarged. 30 feet, so they take 2 or 3 steps out before they throw. Selenite, 2 coming at you. 1, 2.
Nope. You're kidding, right?
Yeah, a little bit. They do scamper back and then slam the door behind themselves. And
Those javelins just ping off the door around me. I'm not even paying attention.
I mean, why would you? That
busy.
looks like what we got here. That's going to bring us round to Mr. Null.
Last of his kind.
Last of his kind.
Yeah, he's gonna continue to try to bite this guy.
Oh, that's a good bite. Good bite,
his
Null.
throat.
3 points of nully damage. Still standing, though.
Nullified. Alright. That's all of the null I have left.
Alright, His Highness. You got a table going after your legs like some kind of demented dog, but it can't reach you.
I'm gonna.
You certainly may.
Sorry for that. My mouse just bugged on me.
It's alright. You do have advantage on the shot. Actually, it couldn't even find you. That's right, you were hiding really well. It just ran around in circles around that pillar.
Well, I thought you said it had blind sight.
It does have blind sight, but he is staying ahead of it.
There you go.
Doing a little ring around the rosy action.
Nice!
Very nice. Let's see that big damage.
Ooh.
No sneak attack, but...
He has advantage. He does get sneak
does
attack.
have advantage, yes. Okay.
He gets all 22 of that, which drives a shaft into the table. However, that's a big wooden table. It could handle maybe one more of those before it fell down. Your Highness, I don't think you have second attack yet, do you?
No.
No, I don't.
You will
All
not
right.
have a second attack, yeah.
Anything else for you?
Move there.
Yep.
Bonus action
Yeah.
that I really enjoy.
Ooh.
That is a good hiding.
He vanishes.
You've got this
I
table's
am-
number.
This time I didn't yell. It worked pretty.
I'm sorry, Casey. Can you have that Durugar that made that javelin attack on me make the con save?
Javelin attack, con save, sure can. Drugar, con save. Bam.
Fails.
Not good.
He'll take 6 necrotic.
6 necrotic. No, he won't. He'll die.
Good.
His Highness hooks his boots into the rafters, makes like a bat, closes his wings around himself, and looks like a stalactite. And Boody. We'll get round to the Drugar, and then we will probably pause for the evening.
All right, Booty's gonna take a shot at the door
Thank
with one
God.
attack to help Selenite. See if I
Sure.
can hit the door actually.
Oh,
Oh, yes!
All right.
Piercing for the door.
An arrow just wiggles its way through the door lock, falls on the ground, and the door starts to swing open. Booty. Nice shot.
Can I see anyone? I only hit something.
Let's see.
Can I
Can
see
you
him?
see anyone? I
think
think
you
you
can.
can.
Yeah.
think that's,
Yeah, I think you see a
worth,
big
That's
ass
like the perfect
Drugar.
shot.
that's worth inspiration.
Yeah, because I hit something.
Well, I think we'll hold the inspiration for a little bit, but yeah, that's a nice shot.
Okay, here's longbow, hunter's mark, sharpshooter.
Okay.
so
everything
Hunter's Mark has the
going
bonus
down.
Action. Yes.
Yep.
Jeez. Okay, let's see. This may be it.
Ah,
Um.
And 11's not gonna do.
Yeah. Well, I tried.
you made the one that counted, though. That's what's important.
You did.
So I will move here. Actually, I'll move here, but I want to get like right here so I have some sort of partial cover against these assholes at the door.
Fair enough.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. Morrigan.
Yes. Let's handle the wolves.
Let's handle some wolves.
So the wolves are still going to be attacking mine enemies,
That seems reasonable.
which means that wolf is going to be stepping up to there.
Okay.
And actually, yes. Okay. So 4 attacks to the guy on the left
Guy on the left, starting up. That's a hit.
at advantage.
Yep. That's a hit. Roll me some damage because you're starting to get high on the damage.
Yep. So 12 for the one on the left.
Plus another 6 is
18 for the one on the
18.
left.
Okay. Still alive?
Okay. Those were 3 bites. There's one more.
Yep.
Both
That's a
of
miss.
those last 2 miss. 4 on the guy on the right. 16.
16 hits.
19.
19 hits.
12.
Misses.
And 23.
Hits. Roll me some damage.
Bite, bite, and bite. That's 19 points of damage to him.
19 points of damage. They are both still alive. The one on the left is going to need to make us 2 strength saving throws. The one on the right needs to make 3. 1, 2 on the left.
Nope.
Down.
He's prone.
1, 2, already down. Both prone.
Okay. This is good. This is good.
Oh, my back.
What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? So I need to tick down that spell slot. I don't get extra attack as a druid, do I?
I don't think so.
Double check. That is a no. That's a shame. Guy on the left is the one who's been hitting me with 2 hits, yes?
Yes.
Cool. He's getting a Thorn Whip at advantage.
Thorn Whip at advantage. Yes.
26
That's a hit.
For 4 damage. Oh, plus a d6. Because
Plus
of
a
my...
D6.
Actually, no, my symbiotic entity's down. Never mind.
Fair deal. Morgan, anything else for you?
They are prone. Yes, bonus action.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself at 2nd level.
Healing Word on yourself at 2nd level. Roger.
Plus 11. I am looking much better all of a sudden. Let the hits continue. Onwards.
Fair
enough. Dullahan.
Yes. I think I will rotate. You don't want to stay in one place. You need to stick and move. But that is a far location. One more moment, please.
Mm-hmm.
60 feet is the up is preferred range. So I shall move here, train myself on this door, and prepare to cast a spell.
Okay.
If someone were to open it.
You got it. Magic missile or
A spell?
a spell? I think you have to declare the spell.
Do I now?
Pretty sure you do.
I would like to levitate one as soon as it gets out of the door.
Fair deal.
Preferably if it's in this order. That would be perfect.
You
I'd
got
like
it.
to get this one.
The female.
One I've
Selenite.
not hit.
The door is open. She's going
The
to move
door is
inside.
Selenite steps inside.
And she
Big
and
Drugar
she-
hanging
At
on the ground.
advantage.
Yep. That's a hit. And that ends that Drugar.
Oh,
Would the
Sir.
18 hit the other one?
I'm going to ask you to re-roll the other one.
3, 4. Yeah, I could get there.
Okay. And
26.
26 is plenty. And that destroys that.
I knew I could count on you to come in.
She just came in like a flurry and just cutting through them.
All right. So
I knew you would come.
Always.
that will take us over to the Drugar, and we'll resolve the one thing which is holding. The Drugar steps through the door. Can I see that levitate, please? Constitution saving throw. Drugar Constitution saving throw. It does get advantage. 16?
Just beats it.
It sticks to the floor. And then we will pick up next week on the turn of the Drugar. Congratulations, you're doing quite well, having disarmed a significant portion of the ambush, but there is still some danger.
I do not know what you are talking about.
There's a table coming.
There is a table coming. That is very true. All right,
Good
so
night.
we will kick off the stream. Good night, everyone on the stream. Thank
Good night.
you. And I did get the
Thank
rumor, and
you.
that will
Good
come
night.
into play.
Good night.
Good night for me. I wake up in 3 hours.